This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today. October 14th, 2024, Golf in Japan podcast. Welcome and yokoso. Today it's just myself, Damon and Joe, and we're talking about what's happening in the golf world, our world, golf in Japan. So without further ado, let's, keep ourselves on track and start talking about our prefecture of the week, which is what, Damon?
The prefecture this week is Yamaguchi. So Yamaguchi is located at the western tip of the Honshu Island, and the Honshu Island obviously being the main island of Japan.
Yep.
It is famous for many things. However, I have listed 3 down for us to go over.
Okay.
The first one, which everyone should know about or have heard about, is the fugu fish.
That's right.
Which is the blowfish or the puffer fish.
I've never tried it.
It can kill you.
It can kill you. What part of the fish do you have to eat for it to kill you?
The spleen?
The poisonous part.
The poisonous sac.
I think it's the spleen or something like that. It's definitely...
It is, right? Something like that, yeah. But the chefs to actually be able to serve it in a restaurant literally have to go through years of training and have to be licensed to serve it. And it is served either as sashimi, which is your raw fish, hot pot, or deep fried. Amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
it's actually my favorite food in Japan.
Is it really?
Yep. It's amazing.
It's a big call.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. The Rikokoji Temple, which is one of the 3 most beautiful, what they call Poganda temples. Mm. And do you know what a Poganda temple is by any chance?
It's the spiky thing that looks like it's made of Lego. No?
I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know.
No. It's where the temple is tiered almost identically, and it goes up in tiers.
That's
usually
what I was trying
about
to say.
5 tiers. Yep. So anyway, this particular one was built in 1442.
Wowee.
That is amazing.
It's a long time ago.
It is. And number 3 is Yamaguchi is the birthplace of the Meiji Restoration.
Oh, okay, that's big.
That's big.
What's the Meiji Restoration, I hear you ask?
I'm asking.
So what is it?
Well, I can give you my version, which isn't going to be the Wikipedia version, but it's when basically Japan opened up and started to send Japanese people all over the world to learn things and come back. That was a big deal because if you went just before the Meiji Restoration, if you got off your ship and said, "Hi, Japan," the samurai would just come over and chop your head off. So they were absolutely, you couldn't come to Japan. You couldn't walk in. They just wanted to kill everyone. So this was a big turning point in Japanese history.
Absolutely spot on. And Yamaguchi Prefecture played a really big role in trying to overthrow the Tokugawa, who was... And then, so if they overthrow them, then they could reinstate the imperial government.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
So this is all in the Meiji era. And just a fun fact... So not only did the Japanese government send their citizens abroad to learn the Western lifestyle and skills, so to speak, they also allowed about 200 specialists from all around the world to come into Japan and to teach them skills here. My great-great-grandfather was one of those individuals from England.
I remember you telling us about this.
Yeah. So if you look back to like movies, The Last Samurai, that type of era, just when Japan was trying to modernize, westernize, and things like that. So yes, very interesting.
Wow, well done.
Sorry,
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Again?
He was a locksmith. Yeah. So after staying in Japan for 2 years, he then got on a sailboat and went down to the southern hemisphere and circumnavigated Australia and got off in Tasmania. Thus, I am born Australian.
Wow.
Mm.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, and it is all published in the Japanese library.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All the 200 people that came over to do this.
Isn't it? It's the same for the whiskey, right? So you know the way. So they sent people abroad. They sent one guy to Islay, or if that's how you pronounce it, Isley, in Scotland, where they make very good whiskey. and he basically scraped all the good ideas that they had about how to make whiskey, came back, and then he was the founder or master brewer of Nikka whiskey.
Wow.
And now today, Nikka whiskey is up there with the big boys, and their premium stuff actually wins over Islay whiskey regularly.
Okay.
So
Well,
there you go.
Another fun fact. Good, good. So just going on from our prefecture of the week and relating it to golf. So there's approximately 30 odd golf courses in Yamaguchi. And what's really good about Yamaguchi is the climate is so mild there, you can play golf all year round.
Nice.
Yeah. An hour or so by airplane from Japan, and about 5 hours, from Tokyo, and about 5 hours on the bullet train to get there. So
I love the bullet train.
it's quite
We've
far.
established that.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah. A couple of golf courses that stand out: Yamaguchi Country, Hagi Royal, Shimonoseki, Iwakuni. And the Shimonoseki actually hosted the Japan Open in 2002 and won by a little New Zealander by the name of David Smale.
David Smale. He's still around, you know. He plays on the senior tour here.
Wow.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
player. Won a few times here. Had a great career in Japan, actually.
So that is our prefecture of the week.
Very good.
Fantastic. All right, well done. I think before we, I can't stop. I want to talk about the weather. I wasn't going to do it, but I have to because tomorrow. So last week it was snowing in Tokyo, and the episode was called "Snow in Tokyo." So today it's 15 degrees, and I believe tomorrow and the next day is how much?
20 degrees.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean that
Middle
is
of winter.
nuts.
Middle of winter.
We're in February,
Yeah.
so
Damon was saying next week there's going to be a little bit of snow.
We have it all.
We do.
and this kind of thing, right, is going to affect the little pink things that come out once a year in Japan, called the cherry blossoms or the sakura season. And I've just seen it just came out, the cherry blossom forecast 2024, which if it doesn't really affect golf, but it does, because all the Japanese golfers want to go on the golf course when the cherry blossoms are out. So it's very difficult to book your tee time at that time. So if you're thinking about coming over, I'll give you an idea of the dates. So in Yamaguchi, where we were just talking about, it's the 20th of March. That's what they're forecasting.
Wow, that's so fast.
Sorry, say that again.
20th of March.
Okay.
So it starts off in the south, and then if you imagine, it just kind of goes up the...
Yep.
Osaka is the 25th. Nagoya is actually early, the 20th. What is that? Kyoto, the 23rd. Kanazawa, the 31st. Tokyo, the 22nd. And then as you go up into Tohoku and so on, it's in April then. It's April 5th in Sendai, April 18th in Aomori, and it's May 1st in Sapporo, in Hokkaido.
Okay, so you have two golf courses in Tochigi.
Yep.
Is that early? That seems really early.
Seems early.
I always remember it being around Golden Week, which is in April, right? Or just before.
Golden Week is the last week of April.
Yeah, April, May. Beginning
So,
of the May.
mate, it's 20 degrees tomorrow, and we're in February.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
The poor little cherry blossoms are thinking, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And for our listeners, how long do they last, guys? Usually, from your experience.
It's a fleeting piece of nature.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I think they last about a week.
At the most.
At the most, yeah.
At their fullest bloom.
Oh, no, if they're
or whatever.
full bloom.
It's like
You
a
get a little
couple
bit
of
of rain.
days.
Yeah, and then you get a puff of wind and they're
And
gone.
gone. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But Japanese people love it. Every year they still get out.
And foreigners love it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if
They
you're
still get
thinking of
excited.
playing golf, you want to be booking something like now.
Now.
Yeah. You're probably almost a little bit too late, but I'm sure Damon can get you something.
Yeah, I'm sure Damon can do it.
All right. Well, that was so that was the weather forecast. See, that was good. We should always talk about the weather. Tour news. What's going on, Joe?
Waste Management Pheonix Open at TPC Scottsdale. Sorry about that.
Scumdale.
21 under won it. Nick Taylor, young Canadian guy who's been on tour since 2015, won it in a playoff against Charlie Hoffman. Side note,
Charlie Hoffman.
Charlie Hoffman, 47 years old.
Wow.
Charlie's been around for a while. He's won nearly 36 million US bucks on that tour.
Has he?
Yep.
Isn't he on the? He's on the panel that is it the board of
Yeah,
directors?
he's
or-
on the board of directors.
Yeah.
Yeah, well thought of. Good player. Been a good player for a long time.
Yeah.
And both are Titleist guys. Just want to slip that in there.
Slip it in, mate. We love Titleist.
We do. It was disappointing Charlie didn't win because he's a waste management sponsoree. He's been
I've seen his
sponsored by them
outfit
for a long time, the green and yellow.
Yep.
He's been out there. I think he's maybe the only guy on the PGA Tour who's sponsored by them.
Is it?
It's a strange sponsorship, waste management. I'm sure he's paid a fortune for it, but I
Yeah.
don't see it on anybody else's hat or top or gear.
Yeah.
But he's been a long time exponent of it, and he's a good player. So it would have been perfect if he had won, but Nick Taylor ran away with it in the end, holding bombs down the stretch. Unbelievable.
But the real winner was the 200,000 non-golfers who actually went to the thing and just got hammered. Did you see the videos of the guys all drunk?
So I follow Zaya Golf on Instagram. Do both of you?
Likewise.
I was laughing on the train this morning coming to work. I was watching a guy. Hopefully you guys saw it. And if anybody's listening, get on it. It's a guy walking up and down the hills. He's in a pair of shorts and he's covered from head to toe in mud, hammered off his dial. And he's walking. It must have been the tournament must have been finished because he's running down these hills and falling over. It was extraordinary. Those last few days, it was quite funny. I'm not sure if it's something that I like. Actually, there was something that I read.
They had a streaker as well.
Yeah, the guy
They have
out
one
there
every year, right?
On
On
16.
16, yeah.
Was doing something in the front bunker there on 16. But I read something that, and I quite agree with this. The PGA Tour have unfortunately lost the balance between creating a buzz and hosting a golf tournament, and I reckon they have. I reckon it's just gone a little bit overboard. I'm a fan of course, everybody having fun. But it's almost like 1 year is trying to outdo the next, and it just got a little bit out of control.
I think what they tried to do was, in the Ryder Cup, and everyone's screaming, but they're golf fans. As soon as someone steps up to a shot, they go quiet. But the tension, and that's what adds to it, right? But this is like, you've tons and tons of non-golfers, maybe 80% of the crowd non-golfers. So they're just coming because that's the thing to do. 200,000 people pile in. They've DJs. They've got famous people there. And it's just a big drinking fest for like 4 days.
It is, and then Saturday the weather was bad, so there was no play, and so everybody just decided to get straight into the grog, and then they actually stopped serving alcohol.
Did
at
they?
One stage, yeah, they
Did
did.
they really?
People getting a bit out of whack. And
Did they stop or they ran out?
actually, it might have run out.
True.
But then I think I had to ask people to leave, to stop the booze, and then the TPC course is built. It's a stadium course, so beside the fairways have got big hills for viewing platforms. So, of course, when it's raining and too many drinks becomes sort of like a slippery slope, like a ski slope for people. And
A slip and slide.
Yeah, watching people running down those hills and getting their tops off and all that sort of thing.
That's crazy. Did you see Billy Horschel freak out?
I did. Him and Zach Johnson had some words to the crowd.
Yeah, there was a guy, actually, you can actually hear it very clear in the video. He's saying serendipity or something like that as his playing partner is playing. But he's screaming it. He's got serendipity in the backswing.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't say anything in the backswing,
Yeah, and Billy went off. And rightly so.
He went off. Yeah, fair play to him.
And Zach Johnson,
he's right.
somebody said something in the
This
crowd about...
This is our effing job.
Yeah.
Which is true.
But I think the players, when they play that tournament, they know what they're signing up for. They know it's going to get a little bit crazy like that. So maybe Billy went a little bit over the top, but Zach Johnson was apparently somebody was giving him some hell about decisions in the Ryder Cup, and he didn't take too lightly to that.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, look, don't want to take anything away from Nick Taylor. Good player. Won 4 times on tour. Won the Canadian Open last year. Hold a 70-foot bomb against Tommy Fleetwood in the playoff. Won the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And you know what? Probably nobody knows who he is. Like if I said Nick Taylor, do you know who he is? Do you know what he looks like? Nobody.
I thought he played amazing though. He did such good golf.
Oh yeah, great golf.
I mean, to win it, what was it? To get into the playoff, the last 3 holes he birdied, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 4 out of the last 5, I think, and then just kept walking them in the playoff, birdie, and you could see Charlie Hoffman when he shook his hand. He was resigned to the fact that you can't beat that sort of thing. So Charlie played well, but Nick just took it from him.
And he's going to be playing in the President's Cup.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah. Another good Canadian player.
Great player.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Good on you, Nick. Tightless guy. We'll get that in again. Scotty Scheffler. I just got to get that in there too. I said last week that he's a big chance to win the Masters. He finished tied 3rd. So, and putted, all the stats and things like that. Hit the ball, tee to green better than anybody, proximity to the hole better than anybody, putted, as Scotty does, putted poorly. But just another top 5 finish for him, so which was which is good to see. I like Scotty.
Is he a Titleist guy?
No, he's a tailor-made guy.
Yeah.
But-
Let's talk about Justin Thomas.
Actually, Justin Thomas, another good finish. I think he was in the top 10, top 12. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's back
Oh, wow.
after that slump. So that's 2 good weeks in a row, which is good to see. It's good to have those good players. Considering we've lost players like
That's
Ram,
true,
who
yeah.
played well, if we move into Live. Sorry, anything else to say about Waste Management? Damon, did you watch it?
Yeah,
See
no, I
much
watched
of
a lot of it. Apart from the bad weather, I thought the course looked amazing.
It didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. Stripes up nicely, very green.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. It's one of those ones that you will tune in for just because of the spectacle,
Yeah.
you know. So, and I think at least locally, hopefully, it's winning over fans into golf.
Yeah.
Could be building the game. That's what they all say.
They're
growing the game over there. Good old Waste Management.
Should we talk about some Live Golf?
Sure.
I watched it, not all of it. You know, I think as you guys know, I struggle to watch it. I just don't think it's PGA Tour. I know, Damon, you're a fan.
I am. I thought the weekend was really good.
Yep.
They had Little Wayne play at a party. Did you see that VIP party? I think it was on Ian
did he?
Poulter's.
I didn't know that.
I think it was one of the days of the tournament, or the day before the tournament. They're all like in Las Vegas. They had a club and they had a rapper out. And they're all drinking cocktails and everything.
Right.
It's like my kind of tournament.
Yeah, so it was held at Las Vegas Country Club, which is I've never heard or seen anything of that course. It was past 77,000 yards, tight, claustrophobic type place. Really tough conditions on the last day, but the cream rose to the top with, I think it was DJ, Ram and Bryson in the last group, and Ram was there as well. DJ not ran away with it, but parred the last to finish at 12 under to win the tournament. Bryson collapsed with a 76, which was disappointing.
He was playing so good day 1, day 2.
Yeah, he was too. Yep. Yeah, a little bit of a tough course, I think, for him. You know, he's not a place that he could overpower, it seemed. But
I thought Peter Uline.
Uline?
I thought he was going to take it away for a while there.
He's a good player. His dad, Wally, was the boss of Titleist.
That's right.
Forever.
That's right.
Yeah, he's really well known. So,
Wow.
Peter's he's a good player. Been a good player for a long time. So, point of conjecture was what they're talking about at the moment is DJ on the last hole blew it way right off the tee into the garbage and got a free drop away from, I think it was a signboard near the green. People are saying that on the PGA Tour he probably wouldn't have got that drop. Anyway, dropped it about 20 feet to the left, gave him a clear line to the flag, hit a great shot, 6 or 7 iron onto the green, 20-footer, missed it, but tapped it in for a par to win the tournament. So I'm not so sure. And I've got to say, straight after the tournament, they did an interview with DJ. I'm not sure who was interviewing him. I guarantee he's gone and grabbed some edibles, I think. Go and watch it for the listeners. Just go and watch it.
Isn't he always like a bit of a spacer?
He is a little bit, but you know, the eyes rocking around in his head and some of the stuff he was saying was...
Hitting the space
I was
cake.
laughing. It was hilarious. I mean, I really like DJ, and he doesn't interview particularly well at the best of times, but he's either slipped in a couple of whiskeys or had some gummies. But
You know what
go
they
and listen
say?
to it.
What happens in Vegas?
Stay in Vegas. But look, it was good to see him. It's good to see him win. I like him. In his interview as well, he said he didn't pick up a club during the off season, which is a little bit unusual. And he said he was surprised at finishing top 5 last week and then winning this week. So maybe not as well prepared as what he usually was.
It just
in
shows the
previous
talent.
years. He is
He's
probably
just
the
a
most
talent.
talented player, I would say, in the
Natural.
world. Yeah, naturally talented. Just so gifted.
That's what he never tweaks his, because he does do some weird stuff with it, cupping his wrists and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
right?
he's kind of bowed at
But he's
the
never
top
changed
and-
it.
No, he's never changed it.
So he's just
No.
rocking all the time.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep. So that's all about Liv.
What I've noticed on Live quite a lot, and you certainly don't see it as much, or it's maybe redacted somehow, but is a swearing on Live from the players.
Are you saying you get it?
Yeah, because it's streamed live,
Yeah.
and it's quite
I think they've got more
descriptive.
microphones on them as well. I think
Yep.
a lot of the PGA Tour players are reluctant to be mic'd up
Yep,
because they're afraid of what they'll say, you know, expletive, or what they're saying to the caddy.
yep. I mean, I was watching Ram, and he was dropping the F-bomb
F-bombs.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that will change when they get a sponsor on board.
Yeah, maybe. But I also think it's interesting, though, isn't it? I mean, that's what they're really saying.
Golf ball
and I
louder.
think sometimes the conversation with the caddies, if you can catch that's really quite interesting for the punter listening, watching, which PGA Tour never really do. I think Justin Thomas has been mic'd up a few times, which has been really, really cool.
I remember, apart from that time,
Oh, that's right.
he didn't hit a putt in Hawaii, and he said something that was very offensive.
Yeah, and all these sponsors left him.
That's right, Ralph Lauren left him. They dumped him straight away.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grayson picked him up.
You know the word for a stick in Old English?
That's right.
Like you
Starts
put
with
some.
F.
That's what
Like
F.
a group of sticks.
Group of sticks.
I think
That's what he
it
said. He
is.
said,
Yeah.
Justin, you
Yeah. You
group of sticks. And they dropped them.
Like a hot scone. Yeah.
Anyway.
God love him.
So where's the next live tournament?
I think it's in Saudi Arabia.
It is Jeddah.
Is that right? Jeddah. Yeah. Do you know the name of the golf course? I think it's the golf course that they usually play at. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Jeddah Golf Club.
Jeddah Golf Club.
Are you going to tune in for it? Nah.
Yeah, look, I'll watch it. Yep. Yep.
They changed the rules.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that
So before in the last round, it was the best three of it. So talking about the team competition.
Yep.
So before they used to take the best three and just use the scores from them, but now it's all of them. So there's nowhere to hide.
Right.
If you're playing rubbish.
That's good, because if you look down the bottom of the live leaderboard, I think it was Charles Schwartzel shot 80 in the last round, which is 10 over. So he's just mailed it in. He's had enough. He's probably thinking I'm the fourth player in my group. My score's not going to count, so I don't really care. That's not like him. He's a star.
Yeah.
Ex-Masters winner, great player. He wouldn't have shot 80 forever.
Yeah. So most of them are okay with it, but I think Kevin Na said he's not happy with it. And he said, like, he was kind of hinting that he can't compete his team. He said, all our guys are great, but we're not stacked the way some of the other teams are.
Kevin.
Who cares? You got the money, Kev.
Yeah, that's right.
Just roll with it, bro.
Yeah.
Play well.
Exactly.
I think it's like, well, what if it's my turn to take the gummies? And I can't have a mellow one out there. Do you think the boys do that? Well, I'll tell you what, we're just going to take our three scores, so you can go on the piss tonight, Joe. Could be. Well, tell us about this young Japanese guy who's number 6th on the European Tour.
Yeah,
on the money list.
Hoshino has been around for a while. I've watched him. He's tall, probably 6'2", 6'3".
Rikuya Hoshino.
Yeah, what I would consider slightly not strange technique, but not.
What do you mean? Is he how's it a strange technique? He's very upright or something?
No, he's like a really tall, lanky guy. Gets it in some slightly strange positions on the way back, but at impact he's amazing. And he's really good as a Japanese player because he travels around the world. So he went to Australia. He had a top. Off the top of my head, it might have been a top 5 in the Aussie Open. Played really well there, and played I think the next week in the Aussie PGA and played well.
He was second in both.
Oh, was he?
Came second in both. Yeah.
Okay.
So Wikipedia's told me that.
Thank you, Wikipedia. So he's travelling around the world, which a lot of the Japanese players, not that there's anything wrong with that, don't. They stay in Japan and they have success in Japan because they enjoy it here. It's just easier for them. I think sometimes the language barrier and all that sort of thing, but he's out and around, and he's a really good player. He's probably top 2 or 3 Japanese players in the world right now.
Yeah, he won last year in the Kazoo Open de France.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he won that. That was his first win in Europe, and then he came second twice in Australia, and then now he's after winning now, and he becomes the 4th Japanese winner in DP World Tour history, joining Isao Aoki, Hideki Matsuyama, and Ryo Hisatsune.
There you go. Yeah, really, really good player. Watch out for him.
Yeah.
6th
in the world. Where did our mate come? Mr. TaylorMade. Keita Nakajima.
How is Keita this week, or was this week?
33rd with a 3 under.
In Europe.
In the same tournament.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's good to see Hoshino win. It's good to see some of these guys win because they play the Japanese circuit and they travel outside of that, and when the tour here is not on. And he's having success. Same thing, prototypical young player, smashes it off the tee. Like I said, maybe not what I would consider the best technique in the world, but he's really, really good at impacting and it works under pressure.
He's second in the race to Dubai.
There you go.
Yeah, it's early days, I guess, in the season.
Yeah, but
Amazing.
he'll hang
Good
around.
see him-
He's a gun.
Good to see him doing well.
Yeah, yeah.
And let me ask you, you know, with Nakajima and obviously this guy Matsuyama, and then you see it on the lady side as well. They're all going to other tours. They're not staying in Japan, or is it just that there's such a limited season here? They have lots of gaps in their calendar. They can travel.
Yeah, I think.
Or do you think it's just, well, I can't make money here and see ya?
Can't make money, but I think they're world class players. Not that the players here are not world class, but a lot of the players, Japanese players, when they've travelled overseas, haven't had success. I think Jumbo was a great example of that. He was in the top 10 in the world for 2 decades, and used to come to America or go to America and never have success. I don't think he ever won in the US. Used to finish, he made a few cuts, but if you look at his Wikipedia, he won more than 100 tournaments in Japan and never travel well. The Japanese players typically don't travel well, but some of these
food, language,
correct,
yeah,
and they make really good money here, and they can sleep in their own bed.
That's
so
right.
Traveling overseas, why? But I think some of these players are a different level. Kato Nakajima is world class. They can go overseas and have success. And Kato, I think I said in the last time, Kato's working really hard on his English. His English is pretty good. So he's thinking he's going to spend the rest of his life in America.
I actually heard that Matsuyama could speak English, but he just doesn't want to do it on camera.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think he's
actually
a shy type of guy, and if everybody knows that he can speak English, then everybody will want to interview him. So he's a little bit backwards in that regard. And
let his golf do the talking.
Yeah. So nobody sort of bothers him.
Cool. Anything else on the tours?
Not that I can.
There was
think
no
of.
LPGA tournament.
Oh, look, I'm sure there
There
was.
was. Jeez.
I'm sorry for any of the ladies listening. We will do better. I will do better. I'm supposed to cover the pro tours, so that's my fault. Sorry, ladies.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I think we talked about booking your tee times and Yamaguchi, but there was one thing that I just on my notes here that I was supposed to say, but the New York Times has chosen Yamaguchi as it's number 2 in the 52 best places in the world to go in 2024.
Amazing. That must be for the fugu.
Well, they're saying that over tourism of the other places, this is like better than Kyoto and there's less people.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, it was on the news. NHK made a big deal out of it. They were saying like, with all these people, because apparently they did it previously in Shiga or something, and it made a big impact. All these American tourists came, so I might do.
Mm.
We'll see. Okay, what else have we got, boys?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Just
came out.
Yeah.
Just before we came in here. Kieran was talking to Damon and I about
Tiger Woods announces Sunday Red clothing brand through TaylorMade after split with Nike. That's the headlines.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah, will be too.
And they haven't announced or shown any new logo yet?
No.
Hmm.
It said they've teased it, said it's coming May 1st. Yeah, and it's going to be men's, women's, children's, and footwear.
Wow. And footwear.
And footwear. And kids.
I know there's a lot of very rehearsed quotes here. Tiger. Oh, I'm not even going to read it. It was rubbish.
Well, Tiger doesn't need that live money now with this happening.
Yeah.
No, it looks like they have announced the logo.
Oh, they have.
The logo that was leaked.
That was the one that was leaked
that was
a little while ago, which... Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Almost looks like, is it Lion Red, the beer?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a beer. It's like a beer
I was going
logo.
to say, what was that old Slazenger?
Yeah, like the cat.
The cat Slazenger?
Yeah.
Like, remember?
It is a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe some shaving foam or something is coming to mind.
Oh. Yeah.
So he's obviously played with the word Sunday because it's
Sunday,
as a brand, it's 2 different words.
Yeah, it is
sun, day, red. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that logo. What do you think, guys? Damon?
No, I wasn't a fan when I saw it leaked a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not a fan
They could have
now.
done better. Kieran?
It's rubbish.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sure the quality is going to be great.
I'm sure.
Tiger Woods is iconic, and I'm sure we're going to end up wearing something at some stage. Everyone will, but Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that logo. It looks like a poor version of Slazenger.
It does. It does.
Sorry, Tiger.
I'm looking forward to him playing the Masters this year. I really am.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, when's he playing next? Is he playing in
the Genesis?
Riviera?
Oh, is it? Yeah. So
Yep. So he's announced he's playing in the Genesis.
Okay.
Which is
I'm not sure, but he'll
fairly
talk about
soon, isn't it?
getting a few reps in before.
Yeah,
before
very
the
soon.
Masters.
Is it next week?
I think it could be. He's actually come out and said that his plan for 2024 is to play one tournament a month.
Okay.
No way.
Yep.
Okay.
Must be true. I read it.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good. It's great to have him out there. I think it's just a question of whether he can walk for 4 days get around the golf course.
He's better to go to live. It's only 3 days.
Yeah, it's true. Well, they wanted him.
Yeah.
They really did.
We're scooping all the news, boys. 3 hours ago, the Genesis Invitational just announced that Tiger Woods will be playing.
Yep.
Okay.
100% confirmed.
Where does it say the golf course?
It's Riviera.
Oh, it's Riviera.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's where he had
Wow.
his accident. Yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
And he played in it, I think it was last year, and
He
made the
did.
cut and made
Yep.
a birdie on the last to make the cut. Him
Yep.
and JT were playing together. Oh, that's good.
15th to the 18th of February.
Is
So
that-
next week.
Is that where
That's
Tiger
nice.
gave Thomas a little gift?
Oh, it could have been, actually. Yeah.
Oh, he got into trouble over that.
Yeah,
That was funny.
That was so funny.
He's such a dad joke, though. I mean, he probably thought of that weeks before, so
yeah,
I'll put that in my bag.
That's right.
Probably walked into his daughter's bathroom and went, I'll just keep that.
Yeah.
I think Riviera might have been the first place that Tiger played on the PGA Tour as an amateur. As a 16-year-old, he played in the LA Open in the
Okay.
early 90s. I think he missed the cut,
Wow.
but I think that's where it all started. But I know he loves the golf course. So, and I've never been there, but watching it on television, it's pretty flat. So I think it's a pretty easy walk, which is a lot different than Augusta. I was lucky to have been there last year. Humble brag. And it's just up and down the hills. That would be a really, really tough place for him to walk. So let's hope he plays
Yeah.
well. Let's hope his body's in order.
Do you think you'll be able to play Zozo? That's pretty up and down in Hoshino.
Yeah, yeah.
But he does
He's
like that
won it.
golf course.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, one
Yeah.
there. Yep, first look at it. So
So we
yeah.
talked about Tiger last week rocking the FootJoy shoes.
yeah,
So now he's going to coming out with his new Sunday Red brand,
Yep.
including shoes. So does that mean no longer FootJoy affiliated?
FootJoy. Yeah,
Unless they do what Nike should have done and just take a pair of FootJoys and scrape off the logo and put their
Big Nike
Slazenger
swoosh
logo on it.
Yeah, yeah. That would be interesting to see. I'm sure
I
they've
bet you
had
they're
enough
very
time.
similar to
Oh,
those.
they'd have to be.
That model he was wearing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Deconstructed it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anything else, boys, on your end?
That's it from me.
No, if you're thinking about booking golf with Golf in Japan, get on it because things are
Oh.
really firing up April, May.
It is. And I was just thinking, because you texted me yesterday, and, you know, we're doing this new offering where we'll take you to the golf course and we'll play with you. So if you're a bit nervous about, you know, getting around and something like that, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, we do get a lot of people wanting to make a reservation as a single, and that really limits the golf courses that are available. So all singles are usually paired with other singles, but not every golf course offers that.
Gotcha.
So you can usually book a golf course from 2 people or more. So if you want to use what we call our golf companion service, we can provide a player for you that can go on the golf course with you, and that means you can choose so many more courses opposed to the single reservation courses. So
Cool.
yeah,
Terrific work, guys. That's big because I get emails every day, people coming through and wanting to play golf, and they're by themselves. They might be with their partner, and they don't play golf, and they want to play golf. And unfortunately, Tahao, as many golf clubs do, don't allow single players to play
No.
with their members. That's why what you guys are doing at Golf in Japan is terrific.
Well, it's cultural as well. So Japanese guys like going, if they're going with their wife, if they're going with their buddies, that's who they want to play with. They don't want to, you can't say to them, we'll put in a fourth.
Correct.
And that's why the golf courses charge you more as well, if you're a twosome or a threesome.
Yeah.
Right, they add a bit more, but that's guaranteeing that they're not going to put someone in your group with you.
Yep.
Okay, so there's companion service. So I think I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to bring some people out.
yep, next week
Excellent.
Yeah.
Lucky people.
at Narashino as well. So
wow.
championship.
Yeah.
Narashino with Kieran. That'll
I'll
be
let
a
you know
great
how
day.
it goes.
Mm.
They'll need to bring earmuffs.
Well, it might be 25 degrees.
That's
For his
just
voice, you
well,
mean, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All the talking that goes on. No, if you've ever got the opportunity to play golf with Kieran, do it. It's hilarious. It's a great day out.
I'll be driving. Okay, it's gonna be very, very social.
No, you're lucky
Okay.
people.
Very good.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for our second rendition of Golf in Japan podcast,
It's a
and
pleasure.
we'll talk to you very soon. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.